95 AD. A prisoner named John is exiled to a desolate island in the Aegean Sea. Inside a limestone cave, he experiences a vision so terrifying and complex that it has haunted humanity for 2 millennia. It's the last book of the Bible, Apocalypse, literally, the unveiling. But for 2,000 years, it has felt more like a veiling. It's a book written in a dead language of symbols, stars, and strange beasts. Today, we're peeling back the layers to uncover the secrets of the Book of Revelation and why its codes are being debated now more than ever. Revelation is built on the number 7. To the ancient mind, 7 represented completion. The 7 seals. These are the macro events, the 4 horsemen, martyrdom, and cosmic shaking. The 7 trumpets. These represent warning judgments affecting the environment, the trees, the seas, and the atmosphere. The 7 bowls. These are the final, rapid-fire plagues. The code. Biblical scholars believe the book isn't a straight timeline, but a recapitulation. It tells the same story 3 times, each time getting more intense. It's a literary spiral, drawing the reader closer to the center, the Battle of Armageddon. Of all the secrets encoded within Revelation, perhaps the most famous and most feared is the number of the beast, 666. This single number has haunted the cultural imagination for millennia, a symbol of ultimate evil. But to understand its meaning, we must look not just to prophecy, but to the ancient practice of gematria. In the ancient world, numbers and letters were deeply intertwined. Both Hebrew and Greek alphabets doubled as numerical systems, a practice known as isopsephy or gematria. This wasn't a fringe code. It was a common form of literary and rhetorical wordplay. When John of Patmos wrote of the number 666, his audience would have immediately understood the challenge: to calculate a name. The leading historical candidate is the emperor who embodied tyranny for the early church, Nero Caesar. When his name is transliterated into Hebrew letters, their numerical values add up precisely to 6666. For the first-century Christians facing brutal persecution, the beast wasn't an abstract demon. It was the very Roman Empire hunting them, personified by its cruelest emperor. But Revelation's prophecies often resonate across different eras. The text specifies that without the mark, no one could buy or sell. This economic dimension has gained startling relevance in the 21st century. The emergence of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, proposes a future where every transaction is recorded on a central ledger. Paired with biometric identification, the use of our unique physical traits like a fingerprint, iris, or face as a digital key, the architecture for a global, cashless system of control is no longer science fiction. Such a system could offer unprecedented convenience and security, but it also raises profound questions about privacy and autonomy. Is 6666 merely a historical ghost, a coded reference to a long-dead Roman tyrant? Or is it a prophetic blueprint, a warning about a future global economy where participation is conditional? The text invites us to consider that it may be both, a pattern of coercive power that echoes from the Roman Empire to the digital age. In the 12th chapter of Revelation, the Apostle John describes a breathtaking vision, a great sign appearing in the heavens. He writes of a woman, symbolically clothed with the sun, with the moon positioned directly under her feet. Upon her head rests a magnificent crown made of 12 stars. This celestial portrait is not just a fleeting image. The text describes her as being pregnant and crying out in the pains of childbirth, a dramatic and portentous event unfolding on a cosmic scale. For centuries, this passage was understood primarily through a symbolic or theological lens, representing Israel, the Church, or Mary. But a more literal interpretation has recently captured the public imagination, suggesting John was describing an actual astronomical event. Proponents of this theory point to a specific date, September 23, 2017. On this day, a rare celestial alignment occurred that seemed to mirror John's vision with uncanny precision. The sun was positioned within the constellation Virgo, the Virgin, figuratively clothing her. The moon was located at her feet. Above her head, the 9 principal stars of the constellation Leo were joined by the planets Mercury, Mars, and Venus, forming a crown of 12 celestial bodies. This convergence, popularized online as the Revelation 12 sign, was hailed by some as the literal fulfillment of the prophecy. However, this interpretation is far from universally accepted. Mainstream astronomers are quick to point out that while the alignment was noteworthy, similar configurations have occurred in the past and will occur again. They argue that the specific criteria, such as the exact position of the moon or the duration of the sun's clothing, are often loosely defined by believers to fit the prophecy. Despite the scientific skepticism, the event highlights a fascinating idea that the Book of Revelation might contain more than just metaphor and allegory. For those who subscribe to the astronomical interpretation, John wasn't merely a mystic, he was a scribe recording celestial timestamps. In this view, the heavens themselves become a divine clock, with the predictable cyclical movements of the planets and stars serving as hands that mark our place in a grand, cosmic timeline. Whether a literal sign or a powerful symbol, the woman and the dragon of Revelation 12 compel us to look upward, questioning if the secrets of our destiny are written in the stars. After visions of cosmic conflict and judgment, the book of Revelation concludes not with an image of final destruction, but one of divine creation. The climax is not an ending, but a new beginning, symbolized by a breathtaking work of architecture, the New Jerusalem. John's vision describes this holy city descending from heaven, a structure of impossible scale and perfect geometry. It is a perfect cube, measuring 12,000 furlongs in length, width, and height. This isn't just a city, it's a statement, a physical manifestation of divine order and perfection. To grasp the sheer magnitude of this, we must translate its ancient measurements. A furlong, a unit once used in agriculture, is about 201 meters. This means the New Jerusalem would be roughly 2,400 kilometers, or 1,500 miles, on each side. If this celestial metropolis were placed on Earth, its base would cover a vast portion of North America, stretching from Florida's southern tip all the way to the Canadian border. Its height would extend far beyond our atmosphere, past the orbits of satellites, and deep into the exosphere, the final frontier of space. The scale is deliberately otherworldly, designed to shatter our terrestrial understanding of what a city can be. But the true meaning lies not in its literal dimensions, but in its powerful symbolism. The cube shape is a direct echo of the most sacred space in the ancient Israelite temple, the Holy of Holies. This inner sanctum, which housed the Ark of the Covenant, was also a perfect cube. It was considered the earthly dwelling place of God, a space so holy that only the high priest could enter, and only once a year. By envisioning the entire city as a massive Holy of Holies, John suggests a radical new reality. The secret of Revelation is that the end is a return to the beginning. It's the restoration of the Garden of Eden, where the barrier between the physical and the spiritual dimensions finally dissolves, and all of humanity is invited to dwell directly in the presence of the divine. Revelation is the only book in the Bible that promises a blessing just for reading it. It wasn't written to scare us, but to unveil the reality that history isn't a random series of accidents. It's a story with a scripted ending. The question: do you see Revelation as a historical record of the Roman Empire, a futuristic warning, or a map of the stars? Tell me your theory in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. I'll see you in the next one.